Night had fallen over Dublin. The city was cloaked in darkness, its familiar skyline transformed into jagged silhouettes by the faint light of a crescent moon. Along the rooftops, the air was heavy with tension, punctuated by the distant rattle of machine gun fire and the occasional echo of a rifle shot. War had seized the city, turning brothers, neighbors, and friends into enemies, and nowhere was this more evident than on the rooftop where a young sniper lay, his body pressed flat against the cold, rough surface. He was a student, thin and ascetic, with the eyes of a man who had seen too much in far too little time. His face was shadowed, both from the dim light and from the strain of endless days spent in hiding. He had not eaten since morning, and his nerves were stretched taut, but he was determined. In his hands, he held his rifle, fingers trembling only slightly as he waited for a target to appear. He knew the risks. Every movement could be his last. Across the street, on the opposite rooftop, another sniper waited. The city was divided, and so were its people. In this civil war, the lines between right and wrong, friend and foe, were blurred. The sniper's orders were clear: eliminate any threats. Yet, in the silence between shots, he sometimes wondered if the man across from him was truly his enemy, or just another soul caught in the machinery of conflict. As he waited, the sniper's mind drifted to the events that had led him here. The city he once knew was now a battlefield. The laughter of children, the cries of street vendors, the clang of trams, all had been replaced by the sounds of war. Families were torn apart, and trust was a rare commodity. He thought of his own family, now scattered and silent, and felt a pang of longing for peace. A sudden movement caught his eye. A figure emerged cautiously from behind a chimney on the opposite roof. The sniper's training took over. He steadied his breathing, lined up his sights, and squeezed the trigger. The rifle kicked against his shoulder, and the shot rang out, echoing through the empty streets. The figure fell, disappearing from view. For a moment, the sniper felt a rush of triumph, quickly followed by a wave of nausea. He had survived, but at what cost? He forced himself to remain alert. The enemy was cunning, and he could not afford to let his guard down. He watched for any sign of movement, every shadow a possible threat. Suddenly, a bullet whistled past his head, striking the parapet with a sharp crack. He rolled away, heart pounding. The enemy sniper was still alive, and he was a skilled marksman. The young sniper knew he had to act quickly. He devised a plan, exposing himself just enough to draw fire, then feigning death with a dramatic fall. The ruse worked. The enemy, believing him dead, stood up, revealing his position. With grim determination, the sniper took aim and fired. The enemy crumpled, and the city fell silent once more. The ordeal was over, but the sniper was shaken. He crawled down from the rooftop, curiosity gnawing at him. He had to know who his adversary was. Crossing the street, he approached the fallen body and turned it over. In the pale moonlight, he saw the face of his own brother. The realization struck him like a blow. In the chaos of war, he had become both hunter and hunted, victor and victim. The lines between enemy and kin had vanished, leaving only sorrow and the bitter taste of regret. As dawn approached, the sniper stood alone, the weight of his actions pressing down on him, a silent witness to the tragedy of civil war.
What do you think about this issue? Please leave your comments below. If you enjoy content like this, please hit the subscribe button to support the channel and help it grow. Wishing you a wonderful life. Goodbye and see you next time.